Hey guys, welcome back to a Friday half edition, shortened Friday here. As you guys know, the markets close early today. This is a half trading day, so kind of interesting since that doesn't happen too often, that the markets close early, just usually after holidays and stuff. But let me show you guys what we're up to today. Let everybody join in and hopefully let you guys see. Exciting day in the market. So getting some moves and stuff today. So earlier today has been a busy day. Show you guys what's going on here. I rolled down all the 115 contracts right here that we had. Remember, we wrote those 1,500 contracts. So we made a really nice profit there today. And I sold the 116. So I basically only picked up about 10 cents each. But with 1,500 contracts, it was like an additional, $12,000, $13,000 today. So Apple was much higher today. The peak of the day was 117.49. Right now it's 116.39, which is perfect, just where we want it. The lower it comes down. So I did sell 200 contracts of the 114s for next week. I actually have done this a couple of times today. I've been flipping. I'm making a little bit of money. Right now we're a little lopsided on this trade. But it doesn't really matter because the stock's, $2.38 above the strike price. I've got this position in right here on these 16s. They're at 2.5 cents right now. I have an open order to close those out. Let's see here. At to close those out at 2 cents. So I want to buy 800 of those contracts back. Oh, it looks like we got filled. So we got filled on all that. So that's good. So orders with fills today. So we did get those bought back at 2 cents. So, and Apple's coming down even more now. So it's a good thing we bought those back. Now, this is where it gets risky. Apple could tank, more in the next few minutes, or, so we have a risk here. So if we close out these 700 contracts right now, we have no risk, because if Apple does close below 116, we could get put, 70,000 shares of Apple. So we definitely don't want that to happen. But at the same token, I really don't want to spend $1,400 or, to buy these back right now if we don't have to. But I do like these 200s. They're at 83 cents right now. So why don't we do our first trade on those? And we'll do, let's sell to open. I figured we'll go into the weekend with about 1,000 of them. So we'll trade these, sell to open. And why don't we have 200 of them right now. Why don't we do 300 more? And we'll do these at a limit order. They're at 79 by 80. Let's see here. Yeah, 81 now, 82 as Apple comes down a little bit, bounces around. So why don't we'll put them in at 81. Let's put them in at 81 cents. So as we increase our position for Monday. So we'll get those put in now. So those are live. And let's see if we get some fills. So, but yeah, it's bouncing around a little bit. Now it's at 80 cents, but still overall a good day. We broke $5 million today. $42,000 were up, so pretty good. But yeah, I'll show you guys what we've been doing today. So these are the trades today that I've done. Orders with fills today. I'll pull this up. So first thing I did today was, let's see. I'm not sure what I did today. No, I'm kidding. Let's see. Get the right day here, time and date. Oh, yeah, these are where we sold the contracts. That was on. The only thing I don't like about this is it doesn't go on in history. It'll show you everything we did on Wednesday also. So here we go. So the 115s today, we did those. All right, there we go. So today, first thing I did is I bought to close back 1,000 contracts at 4 cents. So these are all the contracts we sold at 24 cents, if you remember, and 27 cents on Wednesday. So we basically, on those 1,500 contracts, made 20 cents a contract. So that's where we picked up about 30,000 in profit today. Then after I bought all these back for 4 cents, I started selling the 116s at 11 cents. So what I was doing is I said, you know what, Apple's at 117 plus. I don't think Apple's, going to go to 115. We're going to either make 4 more cents on these, or let's make a little bit more money. So I basically wrote 1,500 contracts to pick up 7 cents more on the spread, which basically gave me another $9,000-$10,000 say in extra profit. So that's kind of like a roll up. Then I just bought back the ones that we sold at 11 cents. I bought 800 of them back at 2 cents currently. So that was pretty good. Now very interesting. Then on the this is what I was telling you guys. So on the look here at the right dates. Yeah, so this was on, I sold to open some puts at 73 cents, 200 contracts, and then bought them back at 68 cents. So I made a quick $1,000 on that. 200 contracts, 5 cents, easy $1,000. Then I sold another 200 at 72 cents, and then we just sold 300 of them at 81 cents. So these are still underwater, and these ones here at 81 cents are probably about even. So if we do a little overview of the account, look at it, see where we're at right now. So we got 5 minutes left in the day. So I want to sell 500 more contracts of these. They're at 80 cents right now, but still a good day. $42,000, nothing to be ashamed at. So right now, going into Monday, we have $40,000 in contracts open. So the most money I can make as of right now for next Friday would be the $40,000. So that's why we want to increase that to about 80,000. But the market is still very iffy. If I had a lot of confidence in this market, I would be a little bit more aggressive. Maybe the 115s I'd be writing right now for more money. But I'm not totally scared off, and I want to write something lower, but I want to leave a nice cushion in case we need to average down next week, or make any other trades. Plus, we can flip some contracts during the day. But and like I said, one very important thing with trading stock is you do want to watch the news and see what's going on in the world. I can tell you what's going on in the world. COVID cases are spiking. It's going to get a lot worse before it gets better. Yes, there's a vaccination coming, but that vaccination is not coming and going to be widely, used until, March, April, May, next year, where it may help, but we're going to have more shutdowns. COVID, they said Thanksgiving travel holiday was 3 million people on Friday, or over the weekends, or a million a day. So, it's getting scary. And actually, so this is actually against us right now. Apple's going up. So as you can see, these were 80.5. We just wrote those contracts, remember, at 81. Now they're probably like 70, 75 cents. So look, guys, we already made $800 in just a matter of minutes. The only downfall now is now when we want to sell these contracts, we're only going to get 75. So if we would have sold them all, we could have done really good. But we've got a couple of minutes left. So we want to sell 500 more contracts. So we'll go for next week. So we're going to go here to make a trade. So this is where it gets tough, because you have to like time it right and see what the market's doing, up and down. But we want to sell 500 more contracts to open. So we'll do sell to open, 500 contracts for next week. Like I said, we're not going to go balls to the walls, because we just want to be careful. So right now it's 73 by 74 cents, 73 by 75. Apple's bouncing around. So I don't know. We'll put these for right now about 75 cents, but we'll keep watching it for the next 2 minutes to see what Apple does. So I am. So people also have asked me, like, you don't have all these charts and technical stuff, and you can overcomplicate stuff. Day trading, like I said, you want to know what's going on in the world, follow the news, know what's happening. I do have some of the stocks that I do watch, kind of hard to see here on my CNBC app. So I'm watching Apple as it's moving right now in real time. But you don't need all this technical stuff. A lot of places have all these technical things, and while they're nice, and what we're doing is a very simple, relaxed thing. No reason to get all stressed out. If Apple moves a little bit, yeah, if Apple drops 10 points, we need to get a little worried. But and even if it drops 10 points, the thing is, we leave a little cushion so we can just roll out, because you have to always remember the value of the option a week from today is always going to be worth more money. So even if Apple was to drop 5 points, we can still, we can still make money on that call, even if we go down from the 114 to the 112. So we, take down 2 points of, value, but it's still going to be worth more money than it was worth previous. So Apple sitting here at 74, 77, 74, 76. So probably if we want to get filled with a minute to go, we'll go in at 74 cents. Let's look at it. Up now 73. So this is where it gets tough because every minute that the market's open, all these values also keep coming down. So right now, the selling is XQ because up 74. Let's do it. We're in. Did we get filled is the real question. Let's see. And boom, we got them. 1,000 contracts right at 73, 74 cents. Actually, we should see what we got filled at. Who knows? So we'll do today's orders with fills. We'll go down here to the bottom and let's see how we did. So we just got those last 5 contracts at 74 cents. So, and actually, I think we're going to wind up with a little profit on them here because Apple has run another nickel or so to close the day. So we just sold those at 74 cents, and those other ones we sold earlier at 80 cents. So our total for the day, how much? What do you guys want to guess? We got wow, 77 people watching live. Thank you guys for joining and finding Raja Makes Money. We're at $46,000. We have these 700 contracts are going to expire worthless. So while there still shows a market value of $350. Over the weekend, that will get removed from the account and I'll have a $350 credit. But the real question is, how much did we make today? 46,400. I'm going to say we finished the day at 47,400. What do you guys pick? My pick is 47,400 to finish the day. What do you guys think? Are you guys ready for this? What do you guys think the final profit of the day will be? Dun, dun, dun. Let's refresh. 47,400. Look at that. So I knew that because Apple moved a nickel, I knew that the premium on that option would come down a penny. So even on those last 500 that we just wrote, we already made $500. So the good news, like I said, is we have in the intrinsic value over here, if you look, we have $2.59, so almost $2.60. So we've got a $2.60 cushion. So even if Apple could basically go down 2% next week, and we still come out and we're going to make the $73,000 in market value. So the potential right now live in my account is right here, is this $73,000. So the most money, if I did nothing all week and I went on vacation and I forgot about my account and I came back on Friday at 1:59, well, Mountain Standard Time, depending on where you live, 1:59 when the market closes, and Apple was above $114, I make, boom, $73,000 for the week. Now, I'd like to make more than that for the week. So, like I said, we'll work on more of that. But what do you guys think for this week we wound up at? So we started the week. If we go to our balance tab here. So we started the week at, let's see here, for the month. So let's see. Okay, let's see. We started the week on right here on the 21st. So we start, 22nd, excuse me. So we started the week with $4,894,000, and we finished the week with $5,008,000. So we made 108 plus 6. So not bad, guys. 114,000 for the week. So nice little profit. Much better than any jackpot I've ever hit, because my biggest jackpot ever was $100,000 in the casino. So pretty good. But yeah, so nice profit for the week, $114,000. If we did that every single week, we would make $5 million for the year. So 100% return on investment. But the more money as the account grows, we're going to have leverage. So as the account keeps growing, so imagine, if we're up to $10 million, instead of writing, 1,500, 2,000 contracts, we could have 4,000 contracts out. So as the account grows, it's going to start making more and more money faster. So it's kind of pretty exciting. just a fun little fact of how it actually works. But no, I hope you guys are learning and stuff. And as we go, I'm going to try and answer questions. And I've been reading your questions and your input. Hopefully you guys can see the screen better today with the big, I enlarged the screen. And thank you guys for your input, especially people who are watching on mobile devices so they weren't able to see. Also, a couple of people have asked why I only play Apple. So I do play some other stocks sometimes. I have been watching, and we may play it, Pfizer. Pfizer, it's been real steady around that $36, $37, $38 mark. But I look at the premiums. So the premiums are a little bit higher because of the volatility. And obviously, once they start rolling out their vaccination, it's going to go up because everybody, even if the stock's not worth anymore, everybody's going to go, oh, they got a vaccination out. Let's buy more. Let's do more. So like I said, it's very interesting. It's when you're watching all this stuff and trying to figure it all out, it's very interesting how it moves and what to pick, the volatility. For example, if you take Tesla, Tesla can move 30, 40 points in a day because it's a $500 stock and it moves, 5%. So those premiums are huge. So if you can pick it right, you can make a lot of money. But if you pick it wrong, you can lose a lot of money really, really fast. But just to recap today, what we did, what we accomplished, $47,000 profit. We actually went into today with only potential for about, we had 1,500 contracts at 24 cents. So we went into today with only the potential to really make about 35,000. So we picked up an extra $11,000 today by me doing that little roll up from the 115s to 116s. And so that was what I was showing you guys here. And then I did a little flipping, made an extra $1,000 here and there on these 114s earlier today. So, but yeah, this was the extra trade here that picked up that extra $10,000 today for me. So I basically took all those 114s that we wrote for the 24 cents previous, bought them back for 4 cents a share, then sold them for 11 cents. And then we bought back 500 of them, or excuse me, 800 of them at 2 cents. So those, and then the other ones we just let expire worthless, the other 500 contracts. Or is it 500? The exact total there, or 700 contracts, excuse me. So those 700 contracts that we sold at 11 cents all expired worthless. So it basically was $7,700 of extra additional profit. And like I said, those expire worthless, have no value, go nowhere. And that's how it works. So hopefully you guys are starting to learn. Please leave comments, feedback. If like I said, we could spend hours trying to explain everything in option trading and how it all works, but I'm going to try and educate and show you what I'm doing so people can follow along. But like I said, the number one question, why Apple? It's a steady company. It's not going anywhere. It has $192 billion in the bank. Tim Cook is a pretty solid CEO. He's not going to do anything drastic to, and say anything crazy. He's not going to tweet out like Elon Musk that his stock's overvalued, and tank his stock by 10% in a day. And then the stock, triples in price since that, but which makes no sense. Just crazy stuff. But yeah, no, very solid company, very diversified. If the car market, goes down, what is the value of Tesla? And has also more competition. But Apple, well diversified. They have the App Store. They have all these different products that iPads, Macs, AirPods. Just well diversified. The smartwatches. So all their eggs aren't in one basket. If the whole world shuts down tomorrow, the App Store is still going to be working, making money. Of course, they're not going to make the money they were making, but like I said, if the whole world shuts down again, they're still in business, still have products, still have revenue coming in. So definitely good stuff. Somebody says, can you trade options after hours? The option market actually closes, different options can trade at different times, but stock options close when the market closes. It used to be that stock options used to go for 5 minutes after the market closed, but that hasn't been like that for a long time. But yeah, when the market opens and the market closes, and it used to be that options, you couldn't trade options for 5 minutes until the market opened. So now that it's all electronic, it's all in real time and instant. Back in the day, it used to be like, imagine when these stocks were moving and you had to call your broker and he had to call the trading floor, and some guys in Chicago going, give me, four, give me this, give me that, trying to get your trade off and call you back. And it was what a process that was. Yeah, no, it's easy to do. Nothing to be scared about. It just sounds scary when you talk about option trading, level 3. And we'll go over too in the future what level 1 is, what level 2 is, what level 3 is, and stuff like that. So somebody says, how far would you go out? I know you do weekly only. So here's the thing, and actually we got a second here so I could just show you guys. This is why it doesn't make sense to do more than a week out. So for example, let's take this 114. So the 114 right now is, 73 or 73 cents, 74 cents, right? So let's say you want to go out from the 73 cents. So you go out 2 weeks, right? So the 114, 2 weeks from now, oops, I picked the wrong week. So it's $1.44. So that one is about double your money, another 70 cents. But the thing is, you're going 2 weeks out. So if Apple, here's the thing, if Apple was to take off and run and you didn't want to make any other moves, it would work out. But then let's say you go out to like December 31st, so you're out almost like a month. It's only $3. So it doesn't move really well. Or let's say you want to do like you go out to like February, you'll see that the value, I'll have to pick a different date because of the split. They don't have a 114. Let's see here. Let's say like at the 113.75, it's only $8, and you're talking about 5 months. Do you want to wait for 5 months to see what happens? The volatility is, and the other thing is like this $8 strike. So you have to think of it like this. This one at $8 it's going to be, if Apple goes up a point or down a point, this is only going to move 25 cents either direction. The volatility and the profits are in the weekly options. So, to answer your question, Doug, that's mostly why I do the weekly options. Otherwise, it just doesn't, the values aren't there. And this is the other thing you want to look at. So like here, where the 114, oops, to the right week here. So like December 14th. So let's look at like the 113. And this is the other thing you want to look at. So if you want less risk, and instead of having $2.60 away from the strike, you want to go $3.60, you can write the 113 for 50 cents. It's still a great profit. If you wrote 10 contracts, so basically to write 10 contracts, you would need about $20,000, $20,000 to $25,000 in your option trading account. So if you had 25 grand and you wrote 10 contracts at 50 cents, you get $500. And think about it. On $25,000, if you made 1% a year in the bank, you make 25 bucks. Yeah, 25 bucks. So if you can make $500 in 1 week on $25,000, it's a great return. It's 100% return a year on your money. So 2% a week. So it's great money. And like I said, do you think Apple's going to drop 3.5% next week? I don't. 3%. From 160.5. Anything's possible, anything can happen, but overall the market's pretty steady, pretty solid. So those are, like I said, those are some of the things that I look at. A lot of it too is just, like I said, just going with your gut. Sometimes you just gotta follow your gut. And like I said, the only thing in my gut right now is why I'm being a little bit more cautious than usual. And it's costing me a lot of money. Like I said, normally right now I'd be riding the market's strong and everything, the holiday season, I'd be around the 160, maybe the 117s and getting, $1.50. We'd be making 250,000 next week. The only thing that scares me is COVID. If more stuff shuts down or just something crazy happens, how will the market react to it? How will people react, and how will they handle it? How will how badly will it scare them? So that's the biggest thing that I'm watching and trying to really gauge and stuff. But like I said, overall, everything's solid. I wouldn't worry about it too much. Enjoy it. You can also see here, like since the market closed, Apple's actually down, 15 to 20 cent range. So it's nice. You got that little pop, at the end. The other thing that's interesting, like I said, so like these closed at 73 cents. Apple could basically go to, on Monday of Apple, anything above 116. Anything above 116.20 on Monday, we have about a 40-cent gap there. Anything above 116.20, and we will make money on these calls, on these puts to open, because Apple, that's that leeway. Every day, that's 73 cents. If you divide it by 5, every day has 15 cents of value. So unless the volatility index really skyrockets, Apple, you're going to make money. You have that little cushion, which is nice. So like I said, I'm happy about it. 73,000. My goal next week, make another 100,000. Plus I'm traveling, which makes it a little harder for me next week. I'll be on the road, obviously, Friday and Saturday, Thursday and Friday, because I go to Vegas on Thursday. Plus, you never know in Vegas. Sometimes I get crazy with my trading out there. I get the itch with everything going on. But hey, the more I make in the market, the more I gamble, the funner we can have. But thanks for watching. If you guys know anybody else interested in trading and learning about it, please share my channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Click the bell so when I do go live, you'll be able to watch and get notifications. But thank you guys, and I hope everybody enjoys the weekend. Take care.